What's up, folks? I am on the Carnival Freedom here. I've just embarked a little bit, dropped my bags off at the room and chilling out here waiting for departure at 3:30, which is a few hours from now, about 4 hours. So I figured I might as well hang on the cruise ship besides hanging at a hotel somewhere. For good reasons, of course. Other than that, we're going to chill out and have a good time for the next 5 days. My last video I did, I talked about some things about Port Canaveral. And I didn't know this. On the way in, the shuttle, the lady who runs her family runs the shuttle company, she would know. I had a couple of details wrong. That ship you were looking at, that Royal Caribbean, is the largest in the world. It's larger than the Icon of the Seas. The Star of the Seas is actually the largest. The thing is huge. But I didn't know that Port Canaveral is the largest cruise terminal in the world, or the busiest, actually. It's not the largest port because Miami is larger, but it's the busiest cruise terminal in the country. And interestingly, I didn't know that. It's pretty cool. So, like I say, there's 10 to 12 terminals, 10 that would hold certain size cruise ships, but there's a ton of cruise ships that rotate in and out here. Like today, the Carnival Freedom, the Carnival Glory's back here, which is the first ship I ever cruised on. Yesterday it was, I don't know, Carnival Horizon or something, I can't remember. The day before, when I was here, the afternoon, it was the Mardi Gras and the Carnival Vista, which I will be on the Carnival Vista in January, which is kind of cool. The whale tail's missing the top piece on this boat. I don't know if it was meant to be that, or somebody said that they may have taken it off, they were working on it. I don't really know. It looks like it was built that way in the Freedom. This is the same class as the Carnival Valor ship. It has this right here, where my hand is pointing, if it rains or storms, it has a retractable top, which is pretty cool. It comes down. Not all the ships have that, so some of you guys that have cruised, you know this. But some who haven't. The funniest thing about these cruises, there are people that will go get on the boat, go to their room, and they'll run to the casino. And a lot of them are in their motor wheelchairs or something, or not. They'll sit on their favorite machine. They'll sit there and wait till this cruise ship gets 10 to 12 miles out and the machines kick on. They want to be the first ones on those machines. They really do. Folks, if you look way out there, behind you at Port Canaveral, there is Kennedy Space Center. So the green launch is going off majorly. You'd see it from here, right there, buddy. Some of you know it, and some of you don't. This is Disney's home port for the East Coast. So if you're going on a Disney cruise, they all go out of here on the East Coast. See a bunch of this on cruises. It's good morning for me. I don't know about you. We are in Celebration Key. It's off of Grand Bahama Island. The closest myself that I've been here is different. It's further up. I'm looking the direction where is Freeport, which I wasn't big on Freeport. And up at the back of the ship, I don't see the front end of this, but so far it's just kind of looking like Freeport a little bit. I hope it ain't that disappointing, but this is Celebration Key's their brand new island. Carnival opened this past July here in 2025. So if you're watching this video, but they're expanding. They're building more docks. Look at that. So there'll be 1, 2, 3. They'll be able to hold a total of 4 ships of this thing pretty soon. I think they can hold 2 now. I'm not 100% sure. But it's barely 8 o'clock here. We just pulled in about 20 minutes ago. The ship was going so slow. I mean, sometimes you be on these ships and you never feel it move, and it's moving. That's how big these things are. Since we left Port Canaveral, it looks like the thing's been sitting still until this morning when it was rumbling to pull into port. So this might be all right. I think it'll start to look a little bit better when I'm coming across here. So we shall see, my friends. Now, the one thing I like about down here in the Caribbean is that the water's so calm. Now, the only difference with this cruise and a lot of them I've been on is, good morning. Like it was, I was saying, the only difference between this cruise and a lot of them I've been on, there's not a lot of sea days. There's one sea day on the way home in this one, and the sea days are actually kind of cool. They really are. But I'm not worried about it. I've been on a lot of these cruises, so many of them. I wouldn't say like so many of them, but a bunch of them to where, you know, it's all good. They're all different. Each experience is different, but there are things if you, and I'm not downplaying this, so don't get me wrong, I love cruising. I'm not like going, oh man, it's not that big of a deal. You know, that's not what I'm saying. Is that there are things when you go on enough cruises that you'd be kind of immune to that you're not really big on, like taking all the photos, buying all the souvenirs, but there are some stops. I've been to Nassau so many times that I don't know, I'm debating on whether I'm going to get off the boat. Last time I went to Nassau, I didn't even get off the boat. So this year, they said they've remodeled, done some things different. We'll see. It's Nassau. If you've been there, you know. You know. But we're definitely getting off today because this place just opened in July. It's nice, and I definitely want to check it out. Go sit on the beach for a little bit. I haven't done that in a while. I live on beaches in Charleston, South Carolina, and I don't even want to admit, my friends, I don't even want to admit was the last time I actually walked on the beach there, went to it, much less, you know, sat on it. So driven to it many a times. I do all the time, but not on it. So, but our water is not this calm, and in some parts of the Caribbean, like where we're going to be, the water is nowhere near as blue as this either. Even though it gets much bluer the further south you get down into the Virgin Islands and Turks and Caicos. That's where it's beautiful. And as you see, every time you get off the boat somewhere, you always see this. Photos with everybody. So like I said earlier, I hope I don't get copywritten for that. But like I said earlier, Celebration Key just opened in July of this year, 2025. So it's pretty much brand new place off of Grand Bahama Island. So we shall see.
No, I did. I brought it.
Parasailing, it looks like. And if you don't want to walk, you got that. Been doing a lot of walking lately. Got to get the exercise in. According to my doctor, I figured out that I need to add more exercise, so we're doing that. So people say, you got to get 10,000 steps in a day. Well, you don't really. From what I'm learning is you can do 3,000 or 4,000. It depends on how you take those steps. You walk them harder than 10,000 steps, you'll get your exercise in. You walk in this cruise ship, and as far as this is, you'll get your steps in, I guarantee you. So I clocked myself about walking about 3 miles an hour, 3,000 steps within about hour and a half, I guess, 2 hours, if I calculated that correctly. Maybe not quite that, maybe a little bit longer. Like I was saying, look how blue this water is. It's like a swimming pool. It's so beautiful. You don't have this where I live. And the water's calm. These folks are getting out in the water early, folks. They are getting out into the water early. And it looks as if we're the only boat here. We are. We're the only boat here today. Pretty cool. Kind of an extension of the ship. One thing I'll tell you, is that Carnival provided a lot of jobs down here, and it's cool. Because in most of these islands down here, there's not much going on. These people do what they can to make a living. And there's a water slide. Pretty cool. There's pretty much anything you want to do. There's a swimming pool over here if you don't want to sit in the ocean. It's pretty cool, folks. The sand looks so sculpted. Calypso Beach. You sit right here on the beach overlooking the cruise ship. Water's as calm and clear as could be. It's absolutely beautiful. Pick a chair, folks. Pick a chair. It looks just like the ones on the ship, except they're white. Same chairs. It's pretty cool. Damn, water's cold. I got my feet in it. Damn, it's cold. I'm up to my ankles. Calm, quiet, and peaceful. Cool. We got plenty of showers, folks. You can rinse your feet off and everything else. But I don't know what it's because I'm not used to it having sand in my feet, especially with sand with flip-flops. Drives me crazy. I don't think I ever talked about this, but I ordered on Amazon from a company called Bamboo Cool. And they've got underwear and socks and t-shirts, and I've got them all, and I love it. Bamboo clothing is absolutely comfortable. If you haven't, try their underwear and their socks. T-shirts are cool, but Carnival is a Caribbean brand that does it too. They do bed sheets and stuff. A bit more expensive, but look at a company called Bamboo Cool on Amazon. Man, it's amazing. I'm telling you. Another cool thing about this island is most of the stuff you shop at, you can give them your ship card and they'll bill it to your sailing sign. Just like you did my drink here. That helps too. Now, Nassau, you can't do that, but on a Carnival-owned island, you can. And if you have to ship anything, on some of these places I've stopped, they can help you ship the stuff home if you have to. So far, with all the islands I've been to that are owned by Carnival private, I give this one 5 stars out of it all. It's brand new, but it's nice. So much here. I think Carnival learned a lot from it over the years of what to do, and it's pretty cool. It really is. Half Moon Cay is just a private island, doesn't have all these shops or a big pool that we know of. Actually, no, come to think of it, does have a pool. It's been years since I've been there, but I think I'll remember when we get there in a couple of days. But it's more secluded. It's just different. It's a big time extension of the boat, but it's cool though. It's beautiful. But this place is nice. It really is. It's more modernized. So far, it's pretty cool. Right through here is where Carnival would line up all the food from the ship. Or stuff they prepare for you. Maybe it's prepared out here. I don't know. Doesn't look like they're doing too much of it today. I think I said earlier that this is a quiet time to go on a cruise. It's doing the testing for the ship. There you go. That's your safety things. They're doing safety drills on the boat while we're parked here today. It's pretty cool. And you got lifeguards. These guys are watching you down here. Carnival owns this island. They're very serious about your safety. Pretty much everywhere we go, there's a lot of these guys, no matter where I've gone, they've always been real big about your safety. It's pretty cool. A lot of these places where you go snorkeling and shit, It is quiet and it's nice out here. It's probably the best time to go out on a cruise is in November. I mean, it is. Water's calm and beautiful out here, folks. Get close enough, you can see fish swimming in the water right there. Right there at my feet. It's pretty cool. So they're bonefish. Beautiful bonefish. Right at my feet. They look clear for some reason. If you can see right through them. I think they're called bonefish. But I don't know. They're pretty cool. I met my room steward finally. Probably had mentioned earlier that I had met him. It was different. Like first time I've been on a cruise, I didn't meet my steward until like the next day, but that's okay. These guys get busy. It's all good. And most of these guys I've ever had as room stewards, they're great people. They take care of you, they really do. I had to come back on the boat, man, chill for a little bit. Get out of the sun a little bit. And I got to sit down. I'm gonna get out on the deck there. I'm gonna sit down and do something on my computer. I gotta upload some tracks to something and chill out. We're here to 4:30, so heck, I don't even know what time it is. We got about 4 or 5 more hours before we pull out of here. So if I feel like going off the boat back out, I will. But Celebration Key is nice. Very quiet beach, all brand new, and definitely nicer than Freeport. From anything I remember. And I said, done things different, new to Freeport. And both are on Grand Bahama Island, so Freeport to me wasn't all that. But hey, you win some, you lose some. So I figure I get to sit down here, get a little work done while it's quiet. There's not many people at all on the boat. And there you're thinking, man, you're in the Caribbean. What are you doing? I'm like, taking a break from the beach out there. You know? We're here at least another 4 hours, 5 hours, so. And it's beautiful. You know, it really is. I sat out there a few hours. It was nice. But I've got a couple things I need to get done here, so while it's quiet, let's see if we can get it done. I will tell you that the Wi-Fi on these cruise ships has gotten a lot better. There was a time I never would have been able to upload like WAV files. I'm uploading about 10 of them in here, and I ain't even been sitting here 10 minutes, and they're almost uploaded, so not even that. So, the internet package on these cruise ships is not that much. I can't remember how much a day, like 14 a day or something. I can't even know if it's that, but if you really need it for work, get the good internet, not the little communicate and text one. Get the real internet. It really does work. So if you I haven't worn flip-flops in a while. I didn't wear them over the summer much, but just walking around in these things, and these UFOs are supposed to be the most comfortable flip-flops in the world. And when I bought this pair earlier this year, I've been disappointed with them. Every other pair I've had are incredible, but maybe I just haven't been wearing them. But I got a blister between my toes the size of Texas. It's like, man, I just discovered this shit hurts. Anyway, other than that, all is well. I will tell you one thing. You've heard a lot in the news about behavior on these cruise ships. You know, the thing about it is you always hear on the news, they talk about people got sick on a boat or behavior. you hear about it on the news is why. It doesn't happen as often as you think now. There are only certain places where it happens the most. I'll tell you one thing, the behavior on this ship has been amazing. It's just some ports you cruise out of or some times of the year you don't have that problem. Being that Carnival has majorly cracked down on things, you ain't having that problem anyway. They know it. You ain't got people smoking weed on the boats anymore, because I can tell you right now, I smelled that back in January, and some people got in trouble locked in their room. Now they really ain't doing it. If they got on the boat with anything, which I doubt, it's a gummy or something. I don't even know if the way they were running things, if anybody got on the boat with that. So you just got to be careful. Don't do that stuff. They're very strict about that. This is the first cruise I've been on. They're really going, you're not doing that. You'd be fined $500. You'd be booted off the boat and handed over to the authorities. They ain't playing games, folks. Another thing I just read up about this boat is that in 2022, if you heard about the funnel catching fire, it happened on this ship in 2022. And it happened down in Grand Turk or something. That's why the whale tail is missing off the top. It caught fire, so don't know if they're going to put it back on, but that's what happened, folks. It happens. They got it out and took care of the passengers and all as well. But other than that, I will say that this boat is set up better than the Radiance was. This boat was actually built in 2006, 2007. And is the Conquest class of ship. So this new pier here will be holding a couple more Carnival ships. They're saying it probably will be done by summertime. Doesn't look like it. But these guys can move pretty quick. It's like building bridges. Alrighty. Backing out of here and heading towards Nassau. If it were just clear enough, you'd be able to see the sun going down west of us here. Pretty wild. Now, I will tell you that some of these cruises you get on, your Lido buffet is good, and some you may have, it's not so. I've learned that just because one ship, the food at the Lido buffet may not have been as good as it should have, doesn't mean they're all like that. But I will say, Carnival does listen, because on this sailing, food was way better than it was in January. It's fantastic. I mean, I think they cut prime rib on the bar every night, and they'll alternate it to pork, steak or something, I don't know, but be that it made, the food is better. I don't do the elegant thing. I really don't. It's not my gig. That's tonight. Unless I'm with a girl or something and she wants to do it, I'll do it. Now, if somebody wants to go to the dining hall for eating up there for time dining, I've got something for that. But they have it now where you don't have to like dress up for that every night. You know, you just can't wear shorts and flip-flops, so big difference.